guys, here's some art supplies that I suggest that I actually own. There's probably some way better art supplies, but I just want to suggest some pretty cheap and easy ones to get for kind of beginner or artists that have, like, say if you're younger like me that have to pay with them yourself, or you want to just get some supplies. But yeah, here's what I suggest. Oh, by the way, this will also include like notebooks and stuff. But let's carry on. I've had this notebook for a long time, and I think it works really good because it has 60 pages, but it's really big. It's 9 inches and by 12 inches. And it's definitely bigger than normal, and there's a lot of pages. As I just said, there's 60 sheets, and you can fill up a lot of your book, and it will work very well. I think it's really nice, but this next supplies doesn't work the best on this book, but I'll tell you why. The next thing I suggest is Inspire Color. It's really good, and I just got it yesterday, but I already love it. And I have no idea how many markers this are, but there is a lot. There are a lot, like there's I don't know what they're called, but a lot of artists have them. I think they're like something with an O, and it also comes with this tip, like this fine tip pen. And somewhere in here, there's also, if you see, they all have names on both sides. Like this has some numbers, and then it says bronze green on both sides. And it has different size of tips, but the thing on this one, it also comes with a colorless blender. And then I'm gonna use around 50 markers, maybe 30 in between there. The casing is not the best. This is a little bit flimsy, and a lot of the time the zipper gets a little bit stuck. But besides that, which that's just packaging, the markers are really good. The colorless blender, I don't really know much about them, but they don't blend as good as I've learned how to use. And at least I have this notebook here. I'll show you guys. But these markers bleed through really easily, and they even bleed through these really thick pages. That's why I really like this book. But I don't like how it bleeds through. But I'm just going to demonstrate it here because it's the thickest pages I have right now. So we'll just use this color, pastel blue. And it actually also has the color on it. And let's get started with something simple. I'm just going to do a little dash. So there's the color, and this color is a little different. It actually looks a lot like it. But if you try something like this light orange, which I love to use for skin tone, it doesn't look like it's color on the thing yet, but it will form into it. And then the tip is actually a little bit of a different color. As you can see, it's lighter, but it might also just form into a different color, but probably takes a little bit longer. This works really well, and if you like to draw people like me, these are really good for eyebrows or this little fine tip pen. I normally don't use it actually for lining because recently I actually haven't been using pencils on my drawings. I've just been using the markers to kind of sketch, and as you can see, it does bleed through. And if you're using really dark colors, which I'm not going to do, it might be way more bright here and bleed actually on this next page, but at least I'm using light colors. It works fine. So I would just say get another book or just get a few stacks of papers and use that or something like that. But yeah, I really like these markers, and once again, they're called Aspire. And I forgot to actually say what the notebook is called. It's Dathomir Mixed Media. And mixed media, if you're wondering, actually means where it can use for different supplies. As you can see, it has paint. So basically, if someone says I drawed with mixed media, that means they use maybe different types of markers, or markers and crayons and pencils, like all different types. But this is not it's pretty thick because of like watercolor paint, because that will bleed through really easily. The papers aren't too thick, but they're not thick enough with these, which I'm not surprised because they bleed through really easily through one or two papers. But yeah, I like both for those supplies. Now, next. Now, here's the next supplies. This is kind of different type of paint style. I mean, like art style. It's like a dip pen thing, and I don't really actually know what it's called because it's in Chinese, but it's very good for this. It comes in a little case. It has this little case for the actual pen. It almost looks like a magic one, and then there's a bunch of different types of these. I don't actually really like doing this because it's really easy to get everywhere, and I don't really ever know what to draw with these. But if you're really interested in different types of art, this would be good for you. Now let's go into the next supplies because I don't have much to say about this. But one more thing I could say is the packaging is really cool with this like galaxy mermaid in the sky, and also paints have like ink and then this like pattern with all of them, but in their different colors and different kind of styles. I think personally this one looks the best because it looks a lot like a galaxy, or this purple one right here, and they come out really easily. And before we go on to the next supplies, I just really like how they have this case for this, and there's like the glitter stuff, and it's actually really cool. But yeah, now let's go into the next supplies. So the next supplies is these. If you're doing something for Easter, this would probably be the best, because it has like a lot of colors, but not just Easter, but like something bright, colorful. And I've drawn a drawing before with these. So say you don't have any liner pens, which is so cheap for me. I have always used Sharpie. All these pens have great colors, but there's also a black one, so you can use that. And they're really fun to draw with, and these are called King Art Fine Line Pens. And I don't really know what good, like really good supplies is, what's not. These are just what I have, and I know they're probably cheap because my mom probably wouldn't get anything expensive because this was actually hers, but she never ended up using it. So I did a drawing with it, and it ended up looking really good. So I want to do more art with that, and maybe I could do a little Easter thing because I'm planning on making an Easter compilation of a bunch of Easter videos at the end of the week. And I did end up saying that I wouldn't post much, but honestly I didn't notice how much time I would actually have, because honestly, like Easter I had a lot of time because my family left early, and yeah. But this is really fun because there's different types of colors, and the color. The one bad thing about this is some of the colors don't really look like them. I think I used this and it didn't end up actually coming out really neon, but I don't really remember. So sometimes the colors may not look exactly what they're going to look like, but you can always expect, besides that, good coloring. And I'm guessing that this 48 means there's 48 of these, which is really good. I would say I would buy this, especially if you're someone that likes to make like more like writing and then likes to decorate the writing with it. Maybe if you maybe for schoolwork if you want to do that or something like that. And I think these are really good. But yeah, let's just get on with the outro because sadly that's the only supplies that I have that's good. Well, for today, I honestly kind of added more supplies than just these few. And now let's just quickly do a roundup of what these all are. The King Art Fine Line Pens with 48 of each ones. The Inspire Color with a lot of markers and a colorless blender and like a pen for line art. The dip pen box with the cool Galaxy Mermaid. And the mixed media book. Those were all the art supplies. Even though it wasn't much, these are just all the ones that I actually own that I think are really good. And another video, I probably post later today because I have like nothing that's happening today. Well, not much. I will show how to use some of these supplies because I didn't actually try them, but for some reason, if you did not know, I use CapCut. If I make the video around to like 10 to 20, like if it's like over like 13 minutes, it won't go into my camera roll. It would say I don't have enough storage, even though I have enough storage. I have a big amount of storage, and I would have enough space for just a 14-minute video or above. I once made a how to draw a mushroom video, and it was that video that I made of how, like, watch me edit, and I never got to post that video because it was 16 minutes long, even though it shouldn't have. The clips were only, like, each, like, for the longest 3 minutes and the lowest, like, 5 seconds, so I didn't really understand it. So I can't make this video too long, but enough of me just chatting along. If you could like and subscribe, that would make me so happy. And yeah, have a great day. Bye!